Drink is still cold. Some sangria. Alright, let's do this. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tips Welcome. I'm Onisi, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 or the 10 most universal items that I think that you should have in your pantry. Let's go ahead and get started. Item number 1 on our list is going to be a good chef's knife. A chef's knife is one of the most universal and most utilized knives in a kitchen, and it's a pretty basic type of knife. It's like, you know, just you get one, you sharpen it up, you go into your kitchen, and you're pretty much ready to go. You can break down chickens, you can break down beef, you could cut onions, veg, you know, whatever you need to chop up. A good chef's knife is where you're gonna want to be. If you are in need of a good chef's knife, I will go ahead and put a link in the description to one that I recently bought that, oh man, let me tell you, it's really good. So go ahead and scroll down to the description and you will find that there. Tip number 2 is gonna be ginger garlic paste. So a ginger garlic paste is basically you get a knob of ginger, you get a couple cloves of garlic. I like to do 50-50, so I weigh them, and you're going to want to put that into a blender, add a touch of water, add a touch of salt, and then just blend that up, or in a food processor. Food processor is going to be probably your best bet here. And you're gonna whip that up until it makes essentially a paste. Ginger garlic paste is very universal. You can throw that into pretty much any dish, and it's gonna give it nice vibrance. It's gonna give it a nice, like an herbaceous heat from the garlic and from the ginger, and it's gonna add a nice little citrus type flavor from the ginger as well. But you can really utilize this in so many different ways, and I love ginger and I love garlic. It's one of my favorite. Coming in at number 3 for our top 10 items is going to be a salt and pepper grinder. I want you to go ahead and get that iodized salt out of that table salt out of your pantry, throw that in the trash. I want you to get some kosher salt, or I want you to get some of that rock salt. You know, it can be Himalayan pink salt, it can be, you know, a sea salt, especially the pepper grinder, because pepper grinders, like the ones that you just buy that are already ground, they've been sitting for a long time. Pre-ground pepper is so, you know, if you need to use it, go ahead and use it, but I would really invest in some salt and pepper grinders. I'll put a link in the description for some really good salt and pepper grinders, so that way you guys are all set. And all of these things that I have listed here, I actually use, and I'll go ahead and put a link in the description for some good peppercorns that you can put inside of your salt and pepper grinder. Number four on our list is gonna be some dried chili flakes. Dried chili flakes are very, very good. I add that to literally just about every single thing that I cook because it gives a subtle but, you know, intense type of heat. It's kind of the best of both worlds. You know, you can literally just drop a pinch of some pepper flakes into a dish and it'll punch that dish up, you know, so much. It'll elevate it. You'll get a nice heat. So go ahead and get yourself some good, you know, red chili flakes. Number 5 is gonna be some good pasta or ramen. I've made like fettuccine alfredo and I didn't have any pasta, but I had some dried ramen laying around. I just heated up my ramen, threw my alfredo sauce in there, and boom, you got instant alfredo ramen. But you know, with ramen, you have fettuccine alfredo, but without the fettuccine. Just have some good dried pasta in your pantry because, you know, dried pastas are usually very versatile. They're very easy to come by and they're relatively cheap sometimes, or most of the time, obviously. Make sure you have, you know, yeah, some good pastas. Number 6 on our list is probably the most important, I think, in my opinion, because you can use these things in almost any dish and they don't rarely ever go bad. But number 6 is going to be some type of grain, some type of bean or a legume, as if you will. When I talk about grain, I'm talking about, you know, some brown rice, white rice, some quinoa. And those are the only 3 that are popping into my head right now. So get yourself some beans or legumes, and legumes are, you know, any type of beans, so black beans, navel beans, black-eyed peas, you know, pinto beans. Have any type of bean, grain in your pantry because those are gonna last a very long time. You can also buy them in a can. I always go to my local grocery store and I get a ton of cans of black beans, and you can add those into soups. You can add those into, you know, any type of dish that you really want, and they're so versatile. Especially in the can, and the cans are, you know, I've seen them as cheap as like 75 cents a can. Number 7 on our list is going to be soy sauce. Soy sauce? You might be wondering, soy sauce? Isn't that just like the stuff you put over white rice? No, soy sauce is a very, soy sauce is just, you can do so many things with soy sauce. But no, seriously, soy sauce is a very underrated ingredient in my opinion. So go ahead and grab yourself a nice big bottle of soy sauce, put it in your pantry, put it in your fridge. Soy sauce, great ingredient, I think everyone should have, and I'll do a more in-depth video on actually soy sauce and all of the different ways you can use it, so stay tuned for that. All right, coming in at number 8 is gonna be Chinese 5 spice. Chinese 5 spice, it can vary from what type of spices are actually in it, and off the top of my head I don't remember all of the spices that are in there, but Chinese 5 spice is very heavily used in obviously a Chinese cooking. But I would definitely grab a bag or, you know, little bottle of Chinese 5 spice because it's gonna add, again, it's gonna add a nice depth of flavor to your dish. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're cooking, you add a pinch of Chinese 5 spice and it's going to elevate the flavors that are already incorporated in your dish. Coming in at numero 9 on our list is going to be tomato sauce. And it could be any variation of tomato sauce. It can be crushed tomatoes, it can be whole canned tomatoes, and I'm talking about the canned version of this because canned tomatoes, again, you can use those in any type of situation. You can make a pizza sauce, you can make red rice out of tomato sauce, crushed tomatoes. You can add that into your soup and make a stew, or you can just do so many things with canned tomatoes or tomato sauce. I think everyone should have tomato sauce at least in their pantry just because you can do so many things with them. All right, coming in at number 10 on our list is going to be some good olive oil. Go ahead and get yourself a medium to moderate olive oil, or just a good oil in general. All right guys, there you have it, the top 10 items that I think everyone should have in their pantry. That is the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and remember, until next time, have some fun, smile, love one another. Peace.